On this episode of Season 3, Home, the greatest moment of the Cirillo family is, of course, the 50th anniversary of my grandfather, which happened to be around the same year of my arrival. So that was fun. I'm back! My name is Rajiv Doreswamy, and I'm your host for The Rajiv Show. And this show is inspired to help reach out to those who are currently struggling in life and to remind you that life is indeed beautiful when you're inspired to make it your own. And this season is season 3, Home. And this is the episode 1, which is, of course, I'm back. But before we get into the meat and bones of this story, of course, if you're tuning in from YouTube, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Send some love. And if you're tuning in from Spotify, Podcast, Apple, and all the other good stuff, I don't know, click subscribe or follow or whatever stuff thingamajigs that is there. With that in mind, let's get on with the episode. Uh, I finally have come back home. I think it was around mid June, July, something like that. And first thing is, of course, I'm glad to be back home. And yeah, it's a phenomenal feeling to be back home in the Philippines. Unfortunately, there were a lot of bad things that happened to me during my arrival. And one was I was feeling under the weather. It was not because of the climate change, though, it was something else. It was weird. But few days in, the few days in after I woke up back in the Philippines, of course, is that I was not feeling well. Like I was feverish, and yeah, I was really pale as hell. I was pale as the ghost of yesterday. It is really not a good scene. Feverish, and then when I was hospitalized, uh, the following few days in, the doctor said that I was diagnosed with salmonella. So I don't know. You're asking me. I don't know how that happened, and successfully I recovered. It was good, thanks to the folks at home. And then yeah, that was the first event of my return, and the second event was the greatest moment of the Cirillo family is, of course, the 50th anniversary of my grandfather, which happened to be around the same year of my arrival. So that was fun. We celebrated, of course, the anniversary of my grandparents, and that was really, really amazing. It was, imagine that, 50 years being together. I can't even get a girlfriend for at least a week or so. But then it was an amazing celebration. And then my third favorite moment from 2015 was around August. I decided to go to college, get educated. And it was a interesting feeling. I'm not going to cover much from the what happened the next 5 years, 4 years of the course, 4 to 5 years of the course. But in short, joining college, joining society after being isolated is a different feeling. I had a lot of I had a lot of problems communicating with people because of that. But it felt good to join a college, and the course was, of course, AB Music. And those are the three stories that I could share for now. The two main reasons that I came home Is I was depressed. I had nobody to talk to in India, and I was alone most of the time, as I mentioned in the previous season. And when I came home, of course, I had the love, the warmth of my family here, and of course, the second reason why I came home is, of course, my mother. I'm a mama's boy. Come on. Leave your comments and your thoughts below about saying I'm a mama's boy. And of course, the life lesson, my favorite segment, of course, is the life lesson that I've learned is when you are feeling down and you can't really move an inch further from where you are, from where you started, it's always good to come home. When you have nowhere else to turn to and you're beaten up and the world's got the best out of you, you've given it your all, and then, of course, it's got the best out of you, it's always good to come home. It's not embarrassing if people who are tuning in say that, and it's an embarrassing thing, going back to your parents, living in your parents' basement. It's not really. If you think about it, where else would you possibly go when you have no cash, no money, um, you're living on your own, and of course things shit have turned into shit. Where else could you go? I gotta ask you. Leave your thoughts in the comment section on YouTube. And yeah, it's odd. Yeah, it's a feeling of it's odd, but then again, it's a redeeming feeling because one is you're coming home to a place where you grew up, and one is you're safe at home. Hence, it's called a home. It's warm. It's people that you've grown up with. So it's always good to come back home and to feel the love and to feel special and to be welcome. It's always a wonderful feeling. And don't feel ashamed. Don't feel embarrassed. Doesn't really matter what your friends think. Just come home and learn and grow, and don't take it for granted the next few days that you're at home. Don't take things for granted. You got to do your due diligence and come back stronger. So that's the life lesson that I could actually give you coming back from the Philippines. And with that in mind, I hope you enjoyed this episode. It's an amazing feeling to be back. And I'll see you in the next episode. Cheers. Are you looking for amazing podcasters from the Philippines? If so, check out the Philippine Podcast Directory, which has 100 different varieties of podcasters ranging from educational to motivational to even inspirational content that can help brighten your day. Philippine Podcast Directory is also available on Facebook and on Instagram at Philippine Podcast Directory. So check out the Philippine Podcast Directory for some amazing podcasts fresh from the Philippines.